What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today I'm back in the new shop. I'm gonna be working on this 2024 High Country and I'm gonna be swapping the frame. So in the last video I just went and picked it up, kind of looked it over, and it looks actually really good. I mean, most people think it looks pretty mangled, but I think it looks not too bad. So I gotta somehow get all of this off here without breaking any of the wires, but it shouldn't be too bad. I'm just gonna have a little trouble getting, I might have to go grab a new sawzall and blade just to kind of cut this stuff away slowly, because I don't want to wreck all these wires, because I think some of these all these sensors are actually, somehow this sensor is untouched. This sensor is still kind of there, but just missing the cap, and didn't actually even wreck the, oh maybe just barely got the, oh there's a couple broken wires on the headlight plug, but that is pretty minor considering. So it'll be really nice to start pulling this thing apart here and see exactly what's behind all of this big mangled mess here. But I got a new pallet racking set up here, so I'm gonna go pick up some kind of like a pallet crate boxes here this afternoon, and then all of the little pieces I can just stack in the boxes and kind of organize a little bit better, and it'll be keep everything off the floor, which would be really, really nice. So I think I'm just gonna start by pulling the hood off, the fenders off, and try to get this front bumper and everything off here, because this headlight and fender are actually good, so I'll try to just take them off and store them away here somewhere. Alrighty, so I got it all apart here, and it was pretty crunched in, but still not too bad on the side here. So it just took a little bit to kind of slowly cut it all apart there. It actually didn't surprisingly touch the firewall at all. It did. I did rip this when I was lifting the cab up, because I just didn't have a choice, because the way I should have put the wheels back on the frame so it'd be easier to move around, but then I ended up getting the back of the turbo was just catching this. So it didn't actually, behind here and everything's fine, but I just caught it with the back of the turbo, and I kind of had no choice, just the way I was lifting, because I should have took the box off probably. Anyways, I'll just get a new piece for here, but it didn't actually touch the firewall at all. I thought it maybe would have, didn't even wreck this little fender bracket there. So everything under here looks really good. This side is pretty much untouched. I mean, I am going to change this whole entire complete rad support, just like I did onto that dually there. But this side still doesn't look bad either. Kind of pushed up this little, I don't know, what do you want to call that? I got to take that off anyways, and I can probably just bend it down straight, but didn't even push it up enough that it would have broke the glass or anything. So that all looks pretty nice. I did push this back quite a bit, but this doesn't really matter because I'm going to remove it, and surprisingly didn't actually even wreck any of this. The door pillar, everything looks really awesome. We do have one slight issue, which is, I mean, it could be minor, it could be a lot worse. On the frame here, where this kinked it in pretty darn good. Just check out that frame right there. Look how far it pushed it back. But the problem is, it pushed this motor straight over a little bit, which then cracked the case on the transmission. So that is a bit of a oops. And also that well, I mean, at least it cracked this instead of wrecking something else, right? But it also, that back plate that goes in the back of the engine. So I think I'll have to change, which is not a big deal because I can just take the flywheel off and then change that back plate. But the transmission, since they're all one piece, you can't just change the bell housing. You got to change the whole entire case, which I actually have a friend that has one, a brand new case. Or worst case, I guess, just buy a whole new transmission. I mean, it is nice having warranty on your transmission, right? But on the front of the motor here, it actually really didn't touch much. Like, it hardly, surprisingly, pretty much just hit right here. So it did crack this, just cracked this a little bit, which is super minor, and did kind of push this fan. I'll need a new fan clutch. I don't know if you can see back here, but it did push that in a little bit. But as far as like smacking into the motor, it didn't really touch it at all. Like, it hardly touched this idler. So that is all looking really awesome. Unfortunately, it did break this tab off the EGR, which I'm sure you probably had to buy the whole entire EGR assembly to change that. I mean, could be worse. Like that one Denali I fixed, it actually smacked this so hard that it like busted the whole horn and everything. So this one looks not bad. The downside is just the way that the frame kinked in here. It pushed this motor, like, as you can see, right? If it pushed it right here, it just cracked it right open on that side. You can get a better look at it. So, I mean, it's not like terrible. Obviously, you can't fix it, but I mean, there's always something, right? So anyways, not a big deal. I'm gonna pull this motor out of here now, and I gotta set that aside anyways for a bit until I set the cab back down and then weld that new rad sport in. Then we can put the new motor back into the new frame. So I'm just gonna get the motor removed here, start stripping this whole thing down, and then I'm gonna move this cab off the hoist here and probably bring in the new frame tonight and start swapping stuff over onto it, I think. And yeah, it looks not too bad. So it kind of sucks that the frame or the transmission's cracked, but I guess not the end of the world. Anyways, start moving some stuff around and we'll get that new frame brought in there. So I got the new frame brought in here last night, and I got the old frame pretty much stripped down on the front half anyways. I haven't pulled the box off yet, but I did get the motor out, and I'll show you exactly why it cracked the transmission on here, because look at this frame. Like, once you get it all pulled apart, I'll show you from this side, but holy man. It is just kinked it like crazy. But what actually happened was this motor mount got pushed over and it actually hit the side of the starter, which pushed the whole entire assembly over. And I'll show you here on the motor. Let's see, it actually, it broke the part of the starter, but everything, when I had this up in the air, everything else looks really good on this motor. Like, it didn't touch, but it just pushed it straight over that way, which makes sense why I cracked the case. So, but it was kind of a pain to get this thing out of here because it was so tight and without wrecking anything else to pull this motor out. But everything else actually on this motor looks really good, and should be good at two. Just, I guess I'll have to split the case and see what I'm gonna do about the transmission. I'm not sure yet. I'll have to call, today's Sunday, so I'll have to call tomorrow and see about like getting a case or maybe just getting a whole new transmission if they're not too crazy expensive, I guess. I don't know, it might be better just to get a whole new transmission with a torque converter, honestly, but we'll see how much they want for that. On the front of this motor, everything else was good. It did break just barely, the way it pushed the motor over, that little, where the battery tray is there, it just pushed over and it just kind of, I took this off here, but it broke that off, which you probably have to buy the whole entire power steering pump. If not, I guess you can just buy the plastic on the top, which would be pretty sweet if you could do that. But everything else on here except for that idler is good. And yeah, so I need a few little parts, but I'll make a list, get that stuff ordered tomorrow. But for now, I can pretty much start assembling all of this suspension back on here. For suspension, all this side is good. This side I need new upper and lower A-arms. They're still all right, but this one actually has a rip in the top of the boot there, and I don't want to run that lower A-arm. Just was kind of too crunched in there. And then I need one tie rod end. It kind of just had a little bit of, when I undid it, just had a little bit of a, it was bent just a tiny bit. So we'll change that. I guess it's right here. I don't know if you can tell when you swell it, but it's got just a little bit of a bend in there. So I start with throwing the steering rack in there first, and then I can put the differential in, and then probably start running all the lines and everything else on here. And should go together pretty fast. It's kind of slow taking it apart, but I pretty much got the whole entire thing apart. I just started it yesterday, so it's coming along pretty good. So by the end of today, I should have this frame pretty much all put back together, and probably the rear suspension, which the rear of this is super easy. It's the hard part is getting all the suspension on the front taken apart and hooked back up. So after I get the front reassembled, it should be pretty minor, and then I'll start popping this box off. And I mean, there's pretty much just the rear suspension, a couple harnesses, and that one tank is pretty much all I need to remove off that. And it comes in just big chunks. So the rear is super easy. So once I get the front all done here, I'll start doing the rear and swap everything over onto this frame. And I should have this thing on, well, 3 wheels probably, because I don't have the front upper and lower A-arm. I'll probably just leave it off, and then, cause I'm sure they'll have that in stock at the dealership, so I can go pick that up tomorrow. And then we should have a roller, because I want to start getting this this radiator support taken apart probably tomorrow or the next day, because the new one should be here within, or hopefully sometime this week. So I need to pull this dash out again, just like on the dually, and then we'll get this all taken off here, and hopefully we can rig this up really quick. And so yeah, anyways, let's get swapping some more stuff over, and hope we can make a roller. Alrighty, so I pretty much have the whole entire body back onto this chassis already. I'm gonna have to take this cab off again, but I'm gonna start working on changing out this rad support here. But I did end up picking up a new tie rod end, upper and lower A-arm, and I got all the suspension all wrapped up here. And it is a roller, so it's just got the spare tire on here. The rest of the truck is all together. I still have a few little things to kind of like button up on the back here, but for the most part, the back end's all they're all complete. And obviously don't have the motor yet, because I still need to fix this transmission. But I do think that I have something figured out. I do have a case coming. There's no ETA on it, but I do have another buddy that has a case, so I could use that case. Or there's another parts truck that might be up tomorrow, so may or may not buy that. I'm not too sure, but I should be able to figure something out for that. So it's not the end of the world. But it's definitely looking a lot better now, and it was really, really crinkled. So I ended up buying another radiator support from a factory truck. Like, it goes all the way back into the firewall, just like a factory, and it showed up crazy fast. So here it is, and I will have to paint it black, I guess, so it matches, but because mine is all crinkled up here real bad, so I'll need to change it all the way back into the firewall. But for the most part, this thing's looking way better, just for like, you know, this is about 3 days work here. And look at this. in here, but it somehow didn't wreck the firewall, which is just crazy. Like, I don't understand how it didn't, which is really good it didn't. But, and also this door, I will have to blend into the door, and it does have one little chip right here and then a little door ding. But for the most part, the rest of the truck is all good. So I did make it slightly just sidetracked because I did buy another truck at the auction, which is sitting right there, which I just unloaded. And we were working on the bathroom and utility room in here. So this one's all drywalled up here and got the air compressor hooked up. It's not all the way hooked up here yet, and so we pretty much can just put the doors on here next. And then in the washroom, this is getting pretty close too. So finally getting this all wrapped up here too. So we'll have the shop for the most part just about all the way wrapped up in hopefully a couple weeks here, and then can start maybe working on trying to get a paint booth set up in here, which if it's possible, hopefully. anyways, that's gonna be a wrap for this video. Next up, we're gonna do the Rad Sport, and then we'll get this whole entire thing together and hopefully have it running and driving soon. I'd really like to hear it run and get the thing out for a little drive. But it's came a long ways just in the 3 or 4 days that I've been working on it, and the damage is really not as bad as I thought, so we should be good to go. So anyways, thanks for watching, and tune in for the next one. Peace.